Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into day 7 of our breakdown. We are going to completely shatter that tired old myth of the guy in a hoodie furiously typing away in a dark basement. Instead, we're exploring the 5 holistic pillars that actually make up an elite cybersecurity professional. We're going to look at what really separates the amateurs from the true experts who are trusted to protect entire organizations.
So I want to pose a question directly to you. What makes a successful hacker? Or maybe more specifically, what makes a successful security professional who defends against them? It's super tempting to think it's just about having this encyclopedic knowledge of code. But defending complex networks requires so much more than just technical wizardry, you know? It requires a highly specific, disciplined mindset.
Today, we're upgrading 5 core competencies: analytical thinking, curiosity, technical knowledge, communication skills, and ethical responsibility. Let's break down exactly how these interlock to form a complete security expert.
First up, Module 1, Analytical Thinking. It's all about thinking like a problem solver.
Now, notice how we define this kind of analytical problem solving. We're talking about critical thinking, specifically what psychologists call System 2 thinking. This isn't your fast, intuitive, emotional System 1 gut reaction. System 2 is deliberate. It's logical. It relies heavily on gathering and evaluating hard evidence. Look, in a crisis, you absolutely cannot let emotions drive your response. You need this objective cognitive process to assess risks accurately and make solid, informed decisions.
But to actually use System 2 effectively, you have to know what disrupts it, right? You have to identify the enemies of critical thinking. These are the cognitive threats, the mental biases, that you must actively detect and neutralize in your own head. Confirmation bias will make you ignore evidence that contradicts your initial theory. Groupthink will suppress individual creativity in your incident response team just to keep the peace. Overconfidence makes you underestimate risks, and emotional reasoning just totally distorts the facts. You have to be hyper-aware of these traps to make sound security decisions.
Moving right along to Module 2, Curiosity. Always keep learning.
There is this brilliant quote from Tim Urban that perfectly illustrates the concept using an incredible tree of knowledge metaphor. Basically, if you don't fully understand a topic, new information is just like a branch with no trunk to attach to. It just falls away. But if your genuine curiosity drives you to clear out the fog and build that solid trunk in your head first, well, from then on, all the new, highly complex technical data you encounter will actually have something to hold on to. Curiosity is what makes complex topics stick.
And why does this matter so much? Because the threat landscape evolves literally every single day. Continuous learning is hands down your absolute best defense. Bad actors are constantly exploiting the unknown. I mean, new vulnerabilities, new ransomware variants, and brand new attack techniques pop up daily. If you don't have an adaptable, research-driven mindset, you're going to fall behind. Fast. Learning isn't a chore in this field. It is a vital survival mechanism.
All right, Module 3, Technical Knowledge. Time to build those technical skills.
Now, these core technical foundations, they are completely non-negotiable. You need to understand networking protocols to know how data actually moves and where it can be intercepted. You need a deep understanding of Linux operating systems. You need cryptography to grasp how data is secured and authenticated. And of course, you must know cloud basics, because let's face it, the traditional network perimeter has completely shifted.
Regarding those operating systems, this comparison is a real game changer. On one side, we have the graphical user interface, or GUI, the windows and icons that, well, pretty much everyone relies on for daily tasks. On the other side, we have the command line interface, or CLI. True cyber professionals live in the command line. Why? Because the GUI is often restricted. The CLI gives you ultimate control, incredible speed, and the ability to run automated scripts efficiently. It's literally the native language of the systems you're trying to protect.
To give you a quick idea of what navigating that CLI actually looks like in practice, here's a map of critical Linux directories. As a professional, this is exactly where you hunt. You check /bin for executable programs and persistent scripts. You dig into /etc. because that's where system configuration files and often highly sensitive credentials live. You've got to check /var because that holds the log files, which is exactly where an attacker might try to cover their tracks. And /tmp is temporary space, a notorious favorite spot for attackers to dump enumeration scripts. Knowing this map is everything.
Next up is Module 4, Communication Skills, Communicating Security Effectively. This is a big one. An incident response report has to translate the exact same event for entirely different audiences. Your IT and security teams, they need the technical mitigation details. indicators of compromise, specific patching protocols. But executive management, they are focused purely on business risk. They need to know the financial impact and expected downtime. And the legal department, they only care about regulatory compliance, data privacy laws, and breach notification timelines. You have to be able to speak all three of these languages seamlessly.
So, the big takeaway here is that you've got to strike a balance. Your reports and presentations need deep, accurate technical analysis, for sure, but they also have to be clear and accessible. Successful communication means knowing exactly when to drop the heavy technical jargon so that management and clients can actually understand the threat and authorize the actions you need to take.
And finally, Module 5, Ethical Responsibility, Ethics and Professionalism.
These are the ethical foundations that secure the massive amount of trust placed in cyber professionals. Integrity, deep responsibility, strict confidentiality, and unwavering professional conduct. Think about it for a second. You are literally holding the keys to a company's most sensitive, private, and proprietary information. Acting ethically isn't just a nice guideline, it is the absolute core of the profession.
And this ethics requirement extends directly into how you handle incidents. Look at these steps for securing incident communications. When you're managing an active crisis, you have to protect that data. You must apply end-to-end encryption. You enforce multi-factor authentication on all your communication channels. In extreme cases, you might even utilize completely air-gapped systems. Why? Because the attacker might already be inside your network, just listening in to your response plans. Your ethical responsibility is to protect the investigation just as fiercely as you protect the network itself.
So there you have it, the 5 core qualities of a truly holistic cyber professional. Analytical thinking, continuous curiosity, technical knowledge, communication skills, and ethical responsibility.
As we wrap up this explainer for Day 7, I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to upgrade your cognitive arsenal? I really challenge you to look beyond just the code. Start applying these technical and non-technical skills continuously as you advance your journey. Keep asking questions, keep digging past the fog, and keep pushing your limits. These skills are going to support your growth throughout your entire cybersecurity career. Thanks for joining me on the Explainer today, and I'll catch you in the next one.